Welcome to the Foul Out Podcast. Today we got Jalen on the cam, DJ on the cam, Ian on the cam, my brother Arkeem, and myself. And we got a few topics on deck. Top three Eddie Murphy movies, first impressions on the Diddy documentary, and a couple more. So yeah, let's jump straight into the Diddy documentary, first impressions. What did y'all, for those of you who've seen it, like what do y'all think about it so far?
Puffy a gangster.
DJ.
Man, it's actually quite interesting to see. One, of course, information that I wasn't aware of prior, and then getting some more clarification on things that I was knowledgeable about prior. Like, it shows a guy who basically has from what they spoke on his childhood, a person who already had an ego of wanting to be top dog and by any means necessary achieving that, which he did throughout his career prior to his incarceration. He achieved that. He was top dog before it all came crashing down. So I mean, it's very informative for those who don't know much about him. So I like it. I like it. It's very good. It's not what I expected. I expected to be somewhat more of a bash versus being just straightforward and truthful, which is really what it is.
Yeah. I mean, so you don't think that people in there maybe kind of
Over
they
exaggerating.
capping a little bit?
Yeah, I
Mm,
definitely think it's biased, but the problem is I'm not informed enough to like call out the bias. You know what I mean? So it's like it's almost just like a narrative for me.
It's definitely a narrative, and I know a lot of people they want to shame. They just want to shame somebody and tell this mogul what he should and shouldn't be doing. But I mean, when nobody ever likes the boss. Like being from Mississippi, everybody who's from South Panola, everybody who's from up that part of Mississippi beat up Soldier Boy before, right? You remember the bus driver at the point? Oh yeah, I used to beat Soldier Boy up. Like everybody says that. You
mhm.
know what I mean? So it's like, wow, isn't that crazy? The most successful dude from this area, everybody has this negative opinion on him, and they had these negative experiences with him. So I think it's the same thing. Diddy, Mount Vernon, money earned in Mount Vernon. Shout out to everybody up there. But these people, it's just so cliche for everybody. The most wildly successful dude from the area, everybody who's not on his bandwagon just has this terrible ideology and these terrible experiences and interactions with him. And then they say stuff like, "Oh, well, nobody would believe me." Well, in 1991 and 1992, Diddy was not like an all powerful guy. He was not. He was throwing parties for high schoolers in a gymnasium. If y'all was gonna get him, and he was so bad, y'all should have got him then. It wasn't gonna be that hard. It ain't like he was Diddy that he is now. Always, he was very touchable, very easy to get snatched down by the law for the majority of his career. You know, and I I personally just I usually just kind of just side with the other side because everybody knows that any type of success breed envy. And everybody gonna try to be pulling at you and seeing what they can get out of you. Like it's a dude on there who said, "Oh yeah, I own 25% of Bad Boy." Diddy came in with a bat and I gave it to him, bro. That ain't how that worked, man. That ain't how that worked, man. Dude, if I own 25% of a $100 million company, bro, I'm just gonna take some licks with that bat. you
That
know,
dude, that's the same thing I said. Like, so and then like he even addressed it in the doc. He was like, and people always ask me, why did you do that? And he said,
because you
and I
never
just
really
say,
did.
man, like when you have a job or you have something going and you got this machine running, you don't want it to stop. And I was like, bro, ownership is the one thing that nobody can take from you. Like, bro, if Diddy knocked him, like he was no longer with us, bro, his kids would get the shares. You know what I'm saying? Like ownership, like think about what's his name? Donald Sterling, who was the owner of the Clippers. He said some racist, wild stuff in the most black dominated league. They couldn't just kick the dude out the league. He still owned the team, so they made him. He had to sell the team, which netted him like
At
$1
value.
billion or two before they got rid of him. Like ownership is the like trump card. So yeah, I thought that was fishy too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just so hardly believable. You mean to tell me that a guy can just come up with a baseball bat? I'll say, all right, dude. Then go back and contest it the next day and tell the cops what happened. Like, sue him then. And then this is what I'm saying. Did you see when he was like, oh yeah, he came back and he told me he gonna give it back to me? Man, what kind of fool you think I am? You finna come in here with a baseball bat and tell me, give me that shit, and I'm gonna give it back to you tomorrow. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, bro. It's like sometimes you gotta use your better judgment on some of this stuff.
Yeah, that was the part for me too.
Yeah, and then I don't really like to be a victim blamer, but the lady, I don't know what her name was, she was the one in the Jeep with him. Like, how you got a letter? Hey, look, y'all just got to. I ain't Diddy. How you got a letter? You kept this letter that your mom wrote to Diddy's parents. First of all, how she write the letter and send it to his parents and you got it?
Yeah, that was questionable when I started.
Hey, man, hey, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I don't know, man. Some stuff you just gotta use your better judgment, but some people just sitting there
I'm not
watching.
gonna lie, I actually believed her, and the letter was part of the proof to me. Like, if you have a letter from 1990, whatever, that your grandma wrote, that like she didn't just write that out of nowhere. Like Diddy wasn't even really nobody like that at the time.
Yeah, he
You know
was
what I'm
still
saying?
just an
Like,
intern back then.
yeah, like it's no way your grandma wrote
Hey,
that letter as just
hey,
like
bro.
insurance for like, man, just in case 30 years from now he rich. Nah.
My granddaddy wrote this in 1971. Right
Nah,
here.
bro.
He wrote this in 1971. And see, look, if you can see it even say handwritten 1971 right here.
Nah, bro.
Oh, y'all got a
Nah.
camera? Yeah, man.
Well, let
Look,
me
that's
ask
what
you
I'm
this then.
saying.
Why did her story, like the same thing she was saying, happen to multiple women then?
Wait, I haven't got that far. So, I mean, like
Well,
I said,
I mean, you know that much. Like other women accused Diddy of doing the same thing. She was just
of
the
like
first one.
the video stuff.
Oh no, no, no,
You,
no, not the video thing, but like
oh, that's what she
assaulting
was.
her.
That's what she was suing him for. Oh, I believe he was hands on with his women. That ain't hard to believe. I mean, but that's a lot of dudes. It was dudes at state that was hands on with their women, and them boys was making $5,000 a year. So I believe that a guy like him could do that. Yeah, but the thing is, they know that that's not enough to get no money out of him. So they gotta add some sauce to it. I'm not. Y'all making me defend Diddy up in here. I ain't even a Diddy fan. At the most, I'm a fan of Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Drake. Like I wouldn't.
Drake.
I'm not even a Biggie fan. I'm on Tupac, dude. I'm like J. Cole, F Diddy, F Biggie. I was only like 11, so forgive me. But I'm just saying, man. Like I got more sense than that. And then besides, they try to act like these dudes are so powerful. If it was in the 90s, bro, Diddy, a court would be happy to snatch Diddy up. If you truly had proof that he assaulted you, like you said, and a note from your parents, bro, he wasn't no billionaire back then. He probably wasn't even a millionaire back then. You heard him when they said he was jumping on the train. This dude was on a train going to college, riding back and forth, sleeping in somebody else's house. He didn't even have his mom. You see what I'm saying? How they talk out of both sides of their mouth. One side, they tell you he had to stay with Andre Herrera because he ain't had no money, and his mama kicked him out the house. What kind of millionaire who got pulled down at the courthouse and got pulled down at the circuit court you can stop him from getting a grape charge. Like come on, man. Like, go get it. Like, that just don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But see, y'all wasn't watching it like that. I was watching it like that. Like, wait a minute, bro. How was he broke? How was he broke in 1989? Then also he had power in the courts in 1989 too. Man, come on, dude. I got more money than Diddy right now, and I ain't got no power in the courts of Austin. I ain't got no power in the courts of San Antonio. Come on, man. And I mean, then Diddy and me now. I know for a fact I do. I ain't got no power like that, bro. I don't even know nobody. I don't even know the clerk.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least it wasn't a slash story like I thought it was gonna be. You know, I thought 50 Cent was just gonna have them basically produce something that's just, you know what I'm saying, only focusing and trying to emphasize and, you know, the crazy portions of what Diddy has kind of been facing in the courts and everything like that. At least it kind of shows the full story, like you said, kind of the rise and the fall of Diddy.
Why? I guess I don't understand why people think that 50 Cent would just come on and just be purely unprofessional with it. Like, bro, 50 does this for a living, bro. Like, he owns, I think, a production company. Like, this is like, even on Good Morning America, they was like, are you just doing this because you got beef with him? It's like, bro, no, this is like what I do for a living. You know what I'm saying? And you know, this story is one of the hottest things out. It's a money thing. It's not
But
like a
Anthony,
feelings thing.
Anthony, you don't think it has nothing to do with Diddy asking that man to go shopping? It ain't got nothing to do with that.
No,
Bro, let me
I
take you
really
out.
don't,
Can I
bro.
buy you something?
Ian, bro,
I
if a
really
man asks
don't.
you to go shopping and drives you to want to make a documentary about him like that, I mean, how petty are you? But keep in mind, this is the ultimate troller we're talking about at 50 Cent now. This is the
50 Cent is
ultimate
the
Let me
coolest
troller.
ask you
man on the
this.
planet.
Let me ask you this. If that incident never happened, you think this doc still exists?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
50
somebody
One
else
Cent,
hundred
probably would have done it.
percent.
Somebody
No,
else probably would
he
have beat it
would have
up.
done it.
Think
He
so?
would have
50
done it,
Cent.
Dude, would you rather get
Man,
money with Netflix or, you know,
I mean, yeah.
try to make a petty attack at
But
Diddy?
I mean,
like
I just
I'm just
don't think
saying
he would have been the one to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
that's
If he
true.
hadn't have beef,
Yeah, with
you
Taylor.
know,
He had
as
beef with
deep,
him.
as deep, yeah, as deep as
Exactly.
he did with Diddy, I don't think he would have been the one to get it, bro. Like, I
100%.
don't know if he
Yeah.
would have had the interest there.
Yeah, he ain't doing
Y'all
the
wildin'.
R. Kelly documentary. He was like, "No, I want the Diddy documentary. We got to put this together."
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the thing is, 50 is kind of like the hater. 50 is the of all the four or five New York Kings, 50 is the lesser brother. He always was on the outside looking in. He was always the one who put his foot in his mouth, getting sued by Rick Ross' baby mama, filing for bankruptcy, losing the mansion. He always was the lesser brother, and this is his time to, come at one of the kings, get his shot in on Diddy, who was number one in New York for much longer than Jay-Z was. So, like, this is just kind of like, kind of revenge of the nerds, kind of like, you know what I mean? That's what this is. No, Diddy, keep it real, man. Let's keep it real. 50 was always the hater, and he was always the lesser brother,
He is the
always
lesser.
the lesser
He is the lesser.
successful
But let me say
out of the
this though.
kings of New York. He always
If
was, man.
if you were the guy that was vehemently saying, bro, Diddy is not he like this, man. I'm trying to tell y'all this happened. You said it, you were saying it for years. And then the ball finally drops and then the world knows and understands. You would want to be the guy that said, I told you so. You know what I'm saying? Like Dame Dash, when the stuff came out about R. Kelly, he was the guy that was telling everybody, I told you so. You know what I'm saying? He just don't have a production company to do a doc. But man, 50, he been saying the same rhetoric about Diddy for years.
I mean,
So
Dame
he
from,
That's what I
but
monetized
then
mean.
it.
Like,
again,
if
though,
it
and
hadn't have been for that history, he wouldn't have bit like that. Like, if it had not been for that
I
history.
Man.
mean, 50 even behind Nas.
Yeah, he probably is, but
Yeah,
I
he
think
probably no.
I think y'all
Well,
underestimating the
whoa, whoa,
monetary
whoa, whoa.
value of a Netflix
I
doc.
understand that. I
Behind,
understand that.
no, I want to ask Arkeem on this. You really think 50 behind Nas? I feel like
Yeah,
people know who
oh
50
man.
Cent is. I feel like there are people out there who are like, who is
Oh
Nas?
no, we talking about as far as success when it comes to money.
Business.
Whenever it comes to
Yeah.
success in business,
But
out of the
50
New
is
York
like crazy successful, no? The whole vitamin water
dude,
thing
50
was
Cent.
insane.
Yeah, but he filed bankruptcy and was broke. Dude, look it up.
That's
Like
fair.
that, them court documents. The courts ain't lying on him. You know,
Nas
even
was
for
like an initial investor in Coinbase.
yeah, dude. Nas is
Oh
worth
yeah,
like two,
oh, yeah.
300 million, dude. 50 Cent lost the house. That house that was what's the dude? Evander Holyfield or Mike Tyson's house that was in Connecticut. 50 Cent lost it and had to move into an apartment. Even Floyd Mayweather came out and said that he broke living in an apartment. Like it's true. He filed bankruptcy. He didn't have no more money. So yeah, he was successful, but like I say, he's definitely the lesser. If you want to call out any one of those guys who was ever really getting it in New York from that 90s 2000 era, 50 is dead last. He's still
I
rich.
understand what you're saying though, Ian. I think it is a debate between him and Nas. It's not just like one sided.
Were you talking about money or are you talking about fame?
I'm talking about just like overall successes.
Oh, well, yeah, I think 50 is a more successful artist than Nas, but business acumen, no way.
Okay.
50 Nas ain't never signed on no chapter 7 and 11 dotted line. 50 has. He signed for
But
business.
I do agree with you, Arkimo, saying that Nas probably is the bigger figure in New York. I will agree with that. Like just a bigger figure, like the more respected, liked,
Oh,
admired
I'm
probably.
talking about bread. I'm
Now,
talking
yeah, I
about
mean,
bread.
oh yeah. Now money wise, I mean, at one point in time, that wouldn't be a conversation. At one point in time, 50 had him beat. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Keep in mind out of all of
Nas
them,
did
50 the
just
only
do
one with a
that.
diamond album, man. I mean, out of all of them. I mean,
Yeah, but that wasn't him made the money. That was Jimmy Iovine that made the money.
Nas did just
Dude,
do that Resort World
you can say
Casino
whatever
deal
you
too.
want, but at the end of the day, 50 Cent is the one who signed that bankruptcy. He signed a dotted line on that bankruptcy, man. He signed it. That's it. None of them other dudes did that. Now he can trick you and try to act like, hey, I'm doing this. He filed for chapter 7 and chapter 13, bro. Like he did. So that's business
Yeah.
and personal. So saying my business ain't got no money and I ain't got none either. I need to be bailed out. He rebuilding with this film stuff. He rebuilding. I'm not trying to make fun of him, but sometimes the loser is a little jealous of the guys who going up like that. Diddy had Revolt. You got G Unit in Shreveport. So he probably does want to just get a little jab in on them. It's true. And then I drove through Shreveport. I ain't see no G Unit sign. But I love 50. Y'all making. I'm way more of a 50 fan than a Diddy fan. Don't get that wrong.
I mean, what is a Diddy fan? I've
Well,
never seen
just a
one.
fact. 50 Diddy. You can't disrespect the man. You like Jodeci, don't it? He
Yeah.
brought you. Okay, yeah, the whole style of Jodeci, he did
I
that.
mean,
And then
hey.
and then
I
and
can
then
like
who
the
did
man work, but not like
and
the
who
man.
did and then you love R. Kelly too. R. Kelly copied Jodeci style. They were the thug R&B dudes first. They were the dudes with the Timbs and the gold chain. R. Kelly copied that and just he
Hold
outdid them.
on,
Wait,
man.
Here it
Hold
comes.
on.
Here it
he
comes.
outdid
When
them
did
now.
Here it
Jodeci come
comes.
out? When did
Oh
Jodeci come
my
out?
god, ain't no way you finna dispute this, dude. Jodeci was hot way before R. Kelly, bro.
Well, hold
Cut
on
it
I'm
now.
out.
trying to see
R. Kelly
when
was
did
a
public
public
announcement
announcement.
come
Now
out
they came
though?
out in the late
Yeah,
'80s.
that's what I
Now
was about to say.
Jodeci, that's early '90s,
Okay.
like 91, 92 maybe.
But we talking about when we talking about
You
the
talking about
whole
an image,
style,
maybe? The image.
like rapping over hip hop beats. So Diddy, all right. So Diddy is famous, like how Kanye is famous for the soul beats.
They both
Diddy,
came out in 1991.
Okay.
Mm,
okay. So
Well, there we go.
Diddy is so Kanye is famous for the famous soul beats. Those weren't really hot until Kanye came. I'll tell you what wasn't really hot until Diddy came. That was R&B artists rapping over hip hop sounding beats, like the "You Remind Me of My."
Hip hop soul. That's what they call it. Hip hop soul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that hip hop soul. Diddy really kind of crafted that. that's what he did with Jodeci. Now, like I say, R. Kelly came right behind him and blew them boys all the way out the water. You got to admit, but he
They
still
came at the
followed
same
that
time.
trend.
Nah, they came at the same
Man,
time.
but R. Kelly didn't. R. Kelly didn't sound like that. R. Kelly didn't have
R.
that.
Kelly,
That.
R. Kelly came out with that sound when he was in public announcement. He stood apart from them guys,
Yeah. Okay.
and he
So
just took off.
everybody else was dressed up in suits, and he had on the gold chains and Timbs, huh?
Basically, we see it on the
Hey man, R.
Temptations.
Kelly can't do no wrong on this pod. But anyway, moving on. Like I said, R. Kelly, he a great artist. Jodeci, they was great. Mary J. Blige, that's all Diddy. That's all under Diddy's production. He produced they style, they sound like how Mary J. is mysterious and all that kind of stuff. Like how she dressed like a tomboy, but was still kind of like appealing.
Yeah, I
That was
agree because
all
you know
Diddy's.
that's how Usher got his jump start. You know what I'm saying? Because he was under Diddy wing real
The
early,
Diddy
eating
flavor camp,
cereal and
yeah.
stuff like that. So yeah, so you know he gave him a little bit of R. Kelly, you know, style and stuff like that. So I feel like that's why R. Kelly won the verses in the last show as well. You know what I mean? Because he had, you know, Usher got so much of his style and flavor from R. Kelly. You know, just like you were saying.
Yeah. Okay, I guess. But that's what they really wanted Diddy for. Diddy really made your artist sound and he made your artists look, right? So, and then he brought us Big. Big a great artist, but a lot of that production came from him. So when you say a Diddy fan, we're gonna come back around. You say a Diddy fan, you just a fan of that era that he made. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people were copied that. The TLC Crazy Sexy Cool, that's like a copy of Mary J style, right? But see who that come from? That came from him.
Oh yeah,
And
his work is.
I'll tell you who else is a straight legend. That boy Babyface. But that's for a whole nother pod. Man, that boy Babyface wrote every
I respect
song you can
Babyface.
name. He wrote that my. I was like, wait a minute, what? Then he wrote that every little step I take. He wrote
Oh,
like
I
everything.
mean, yeah,
He
real
wrote
now.
everything.
Monster.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Any final remarks on that before we move on?
like Hakeem saying, "What's a Diddy fan?" I mean, I'm always show my respect to his craft now, what he built as a person. Nobody can take that from him. A lot of y'all favorite artists, favorite songs come from that one man. So I mean, we can't take that from him. But like I said, whoever said, "Hey, I like Diddy. I'm a Diddy fan," never heard it. Never heard of it.
Hey,
You right.
yo, before we move on, real quick, I know Diddy said this like years ago, but do y'all think of Diddy as like a great music exec? Like, obviously, he had a vision for like music and like his artists, but I don't know if I would think of him as like somebody who created legendary talent beyond like the
Oh,
few early in his
I
career.
mean, well, now if you're saying a good
I
music
think he
exec
knew
as
how to
far as how
put the
he
right
treated
He
people in
people,
kind
the
of ran
right
out of
place.
steam. So he
No, no,
made
no, not
Mace.
man,
in terms of like HR stuff. I mean, like just in terms of
You're
like
saying like, is
where
he in the same light as like a Jermaine Dupri, like a guy who was like musically inclined?
or like a Dr. Dre. Like Dre didn't produce everything, but he brought a lot of guys forward that
No,
became
I
great
don't
people
put
that
I
way.
don't put Diddy
nah,
in the
nah. 'Cause
same
I
I
don't.
space
don't
He's
as
think,
that.
not. He
but
wasn't as
he
musically
created one of the
talented. No, I
better.
can't say that.
What about he created? He created Biggie. Biggie's bigger than every artist that Dr. Dre ever made.
He's not bigger than him,
No,
to be fair.
Eminem, Snoop Dogg.
Eminem alone kind of wipes most people, if we're being honest. But
I
I hear what you're
think
saying.
I think that
Uh,
No, you speaking
Diddy
for production wise or pure
he was
talent?
more of like a marketer,
No,
more
not
of
talent.
like a
I'm talking about
yeah.
just like
I think Diddy was more
Okay,
of like great at marketing rather than
yeah,
like
oh
great
yeah,
at
and
music.
time out,
good
bro. I
marketing
want to
genius.
say
Man.
something. I heard you bring up Jermaine Dupri, and they didn't put this in the doc. But when y'all seen the doc, did y'all see when they said when they was talking about Suge's homeboy Jake got shot and he was holding Diddy like that?
Mm-hmm.
What they
Yeah,
left out was in that club called the Platinum Club. He was actually in there with Jermaine Dupri. So Diddy and Jermaine Dupri was in there smoking, playing cards, and Suge walked in and saw Jermaine Dupri. And then Diddy said, "Man, wait, what you doing up in here?" And they say Suge slapped fire out of Jermaine Dupri ass and knocked him out. And then they grabbed Diddy. And brought him outside. They left that part out, bro. I don't know why they left that part out. But, I've been watching this stuff for a long time. They say he knocked Jermaine Dupri out. Oh,
but yeah,
my God.
okay.
Oh yeah, and I want to connect something else too, because this is a BMF fan show podcast, even though they got canceled. So the dude Wolf, who supposedly shot Suge's homeboy Jake, Wolf is the same dude who got killed by Big Meech in Atlanta outside of a nightclub over a girl. But that's a whole nother. Yeah, Wolf was trying to get his one-on-one with Meech. Wolf 6'9", 225.
Now, is this the
Meech,
guy they showed
5'9".
that quote unquote that series finale episode? Is that him? The week where he supposed to be him? Like,
yeah, he's supposed to be him. Yeah, Wolf got smoked.
Okay.
Wolf got smoked by BMF. But yeah. You go ahead and move it now, like.
Okay, yeah. So next topic is speaking of guys that was popping back in the day, Eddie Murphy.
The legend himself.
One of the few dudes who like went to the very top and didn't blow it. I don't know if y'all, speaking of docs, I don't know if y'all saw that Being Eddie doc, but it's phenomenal. But yeah, the question, it's on Netflix too. But yeah, the question I'm posing for y'all today is, of all the great movies that Eddie Murphy has, can you name a top 3 from his great movies? So you got 48 Hours, Trading Places, Beverly Hills Cop, Coming to America, Harlem Nights, Boomerang.
Dr. Dude.
Yeah, you could even get into Shrek,
Norbit.
Yeah.
So you saying his top
Dream
3?
Girls.
Oh yeah,
his movie.
Hey man.
I think Trading Places was actually supposed to be that guy and what's his name? Richard Pryor. I ain't gonna lie, Eddie Murphy washed Richard Pryor. He washed him out.
Oh yeah.
He washed Richard. Even though he was caught a fire, but he washed him, bro.
Now, well, I'll give you a top 3. I guess it should be my personal top 3. I guess.
I swear
I'd have to go.
Yeah, it's your personal.
Oh yeah, I'd have to go.
Yeah, it's your personal.
And this top 3 isn't in no order. I'm not gonna just rank why I say oh better than the other one. Harlem Nights, Nutty Professor, and then Coming to America. That's my 3.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say Life.
Respectable.
Oh, dang, hold on. Dang, now I gotta backtrack this.
Let
me swap about life. Let me swap about life. Let me swap about life. Let me swap about Coming to America for life. I just watched Life the other day. I just watched Life for like 100 times the other day.
Bruh, Life is one of the best movies ever made.
Eddie got so many movies, man. Like The Golden Child. I forgot about The Golden Child. I saw that the other night. Movies for days.
Yeah, I never seen Golden Child. What's your top 3, Jalen?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead. So first of all, one of my favorite movies of all time is Coming to America anyway. So I'm gonna put that number 1. Top. I love it. Second, I'm gonna go Boomerang. Like, to me, that's just one of them classic, like, smooth representative of the, black gentleman. But at the same time, got some of the funniest ratchet moments in there. So that's my 2. And then I think I'm gonna go Harlem Nights. It was between Beverly Hills Cop and what's the other one? Oh, Harlem Nights. it was between them two. So I'm more so on the classic tip. Like to me, he really kind of defined the era of movies back then. You know what I'm saying? So like he had a phenomenal run, and like when he was dropping them flames, it's just like if you within that realm of his movies, like you can't really go wrong.
Can we agree that he is the number one when it comes to comedians with movies? Is he number one?
Absolutely.
Okay.
My top three, Harlem Nights number one. That's probably like my top 5 movies of all time. When you just think about, it was so realistic, even though it didn't happen in the time period.
Mm-hmm.
Like the distrust that the cops had for them, you know, everything just was planned. It was planned like somebody who knew, what was going on. I guess one of the most interesting parts about it was, they had their club, but this other guy was telling them to shut down. Now Richard Pryor, he could have tried to act like a tough guy and said, "No, well, we gonna go to war, yada yada yada." But bro, this 1920. They could have
Okay.
went full theatric cinema, and then they end up overthrowing the dude who had more money, more power, more establishment than them, and it just would have been a cool little movie. But it was real. He was like, man, guys like that, you don't mess with them. We hey, once we do this deal, it's time to skip town.
But he blew
Like,
up. But he blew him up and then ran.
yeah, they skipped town.
Hey, and
Nah, you know how
another
much?
To
another
me,
good point. Another good point about Harlem Night. That's probably one of the greatest casts from movies I've probably ever seen. Like the ensemble was
big
legendary
time,
from top to bottom.
Hmm.
R.I.P. Red
big
Fox. The list
time,
goes on. Like
and
But he
and
Richard
did that
Pryor.
though. That's what he did in movies, bro. He just brought together so much good talent,
It's
man.
and it's
yeah,
like they
you
were
could
They
tell
cool.
he
don't
not
do
a
it like
hater.
that now.
No,
He
You could
not,
tell he
bro.
he
not a
never
hater.
was. He
He
didn't mind
can't be
sharing.
that.
He didn't mind sharing the fame. We all gonna eat. Everybody finna eat.
Yeah,
Come on,
you
let's get it.
can't do that now though. It's kind of like because Kevin Hart don't like Cat Williams and then yeah, because if you put Kevin Hart and Cat Williams in it, he already said what he gonna do.
I mean, Kevin Hart and Cat Williams, bro. Is that not the equivalent to midget wrestling? Is that
Hey,
not the
look,
Man,
he
equivalent?
already said what he. Hey, he
because
already said what he gonna do. I mean, so he said what he gonna do to Cedric the Entertainer. Maybe we could
Oh,
do it without Cedric the Entertainer. But it's like a
nah, I
lot.
mean, I think if you just got rid of Kevin Hart, I think all problems would be solved.
Now you gotta get rid of Cat. You gotta get
Wow,
rid of Cat.
that's crazy.
Dude, Cat gonna fight somebody in there.
Mike Epps want to fight Kevin Hart. Steve Harvey gonna want a piece of Cat Williams.
oh
Well, the
yeah.
whole Kings of Comedy gonna want a piece of Cat Williams now.
Nah. But I ain't gonna lie, when he
But
said he was gonna uppercut Cedric the Entertainer, I was like, man, nah, you can't have him in there.
but hold on, let me finish this list. All right, so Harlem Nights number 1. Number 2, I gotta go with Coming to America. Again, that may be like in my top 20, top 10 movies all time. It's so
Telling
special, and then number 3, I gotta put Life. Like, man, Life is just it's just a classic, man. You take it from when they like, young men all the way up to,
Elderly.
old age, and then the story wraps around like with his dad's necklace, and then they end up getting out in the end, old as heck.
I ain't
But
gonna lie, that's a horrible story.
man, a life, bro. That
Like the whole
you
the
go
whole
you gonna
movie
be
is
hard
great.
pressed.
From the intro song to hearing Jodeci from when it first comes on all the way to the end. It's like a perfect movie, like flawless.
yeah. What I like is just Eddie Murphy taught you what it was like to be a prominent black man in that era, bro. Like if y'all have watched Boomerang, bro, This man was living the American dream, dog. Like he was that guy. I mean, he
He
was the
was.
man making the decisions in the business meetings. He was coming back home to the Coke bottle wife, you know what I'm saying, or girlfriend, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying. Like Halle Berry, you know what I'm saying, in her prime, you know what I mean. Like, bruh, his movies just had a charm to
What
them.
did
Hey,
he pass
Oh,
Halle Berry to his man?
that's I ain't gonna say that's what I'm saying, but
No,
no, he
he
took he
stole
took her
Holly
Hey,
he took her
Berry.
from his man.
Jalen want to
He
be
took
like Diddy.
he
Jalen
took her
want to
from
be
his
like
he
Diddy.
took,
nah, bro, I'm just saying, dog.
hey,
He showed you all
and
aspects of
Jay.
the lifestyle, man. That's
And
it.
once again, Jay, another movie with an ensemble cast. That's one thing I always liked about Eddie. He is gonna have great figures in his movies. He is not going to be the only star of
Bangers,
this movie.
bangers.
All right, Arkeem, what's your three?
I'm still thinking. What's yours?
All right. The thing about Eddie is it just hit. He had different hits at different times in life. Like Norbit isn't in my top three, but I just watched it so much as a child that it's like ingrained in my head. You know what I mean? And like same for like Nutty Professor too.
Oh
But
yeah.
I'd probably go Coming to America 1,
Mm-hmm.
Boomerang 2, and then only because I've seen this so much as a kid too, Mulan 3, which I think people forget about.
Hmm.
Mm.
We got an animated
I think
movie
I
in
It
here.
got.
was when in
Okay.
his bag, why?
I think I like
When in his
trading.
bag.
Man, I think
Because
Harlem
in that
Nights
case,
number
you could
one.
say straight.
You
Oh
can.
yeah,
I
yeah.
prefer Mushu to Donkey, but I mean they both I like them both.
That's
Mushu.
tough. That's tough.
I
I
wasn't a
think
big
Man.
Shrek
Mushu.
fan, though.
Why?
I think I like. I want to say Trading Places number one, but I think it's Harlem Nights.
So good.
Now I'm gonna say Trading Places number one. Number two, Harlem Nights. Man, that Beverly Hills Cop hit though. Like if you,
That's
Don't
really.
it hit,
It's
bro?
like you ain't.
That
It's like
baby
you really
shit.
can't
He
go
just
wrong,
smooth,
bro.
bro.
You
He
can't
just
go
smooth,
wrong.
bro. I'm telling you,
Like,
bro. He's smooth.
like
but at Trading Places when they was in the end, bro, they swapped back and they was on that what they was on that subway with that gorilla. That's Trading Places, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Eddie Murphy was 22 years old, bro.
mm,
48 Hours is great too. Like, his
mm.
first movie, like amazing.
Yeah,
I
I think
never
I'm
seen
doing
it.
trade. Like, did you hear my three? Trading Places, um, Harlem Nights, and Beverly Hills Cop.
Okay, yeah, that's strong. That's
Right.
strong.
Anthony, you ain't seen 48 Hours?
Nope, never seen it. I've never seen Boomerang for real.
Boy,
Um,
that's wild. You gotta
That's
come on.
that's crazy work right there. Ain't
yeah,
it? Jesus,
bro.
boomerang.
But yeah, I mean, as far as like runs for an actor, he got to be up there.
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Now I will say I've never been a big fan of like that era where they were like dressing up as the women and stuff like that in the fat costumes and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. So like Norbit was never really my favorite thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then what's the other one? Nutty Professor. That one is a classic, but it's just cool. And basically anytime they were doing that, like I don't even like Big Mama's. I hate Big Mama's house. I don't like none of the Big Mama's house. But like anytime they really did something like that, I ain't really enjoy it too much.
Yeah, Nutty Professor was cool, but I agree with you. Like Norbit and stuff like that, it made me look at Eddie different.
Nah,
But
Yeah, bro. Like, come on, man.
it's, I can
but
agree on
yeah,
Nolan, but man, them two nut professionals were probably two of my favorite movies. Like in my childhood, bro. Like I cry laughing watching both the movies, bro. Like it's crazy. Like the whole
Wait a
them
minute. Wait
kitchen,
a minute.
them dinner scenes in Nutty Professor are classic, bro. Those are classic
So,
scenes, bro.
so you don't like Eddie because he dressed up as a woman?
I said I like the movies.
Oh, Big Mama's house. Why?
But I will say, like, when you are dressed up as a woman and then you have Marlon Wayans come in and y'all are like having relations, and it's just like, bro, what are we doing? Like that's nasty. I don't know. That just I don't like that. That's too freaky for me. And
Yeah.
I think like basically whenever they did dress up as that stuff, at some point they kind of crossed the line a little bit. I ain't like
So you
just
never
not my
cared for
cup of
when
tea. I ain't got any.
so you never cared for Martin when he had those scenes in his show when he dressed like that. You never so stuff like that you never cared for. Jamie Foxx neither, like all that kind of
Nah.
just
Well,
okay.
Eddie is like a clown. You know what I'm saying? You can't really expect him. But you know, like Denzel, you don't never see Denzel dressed up as no.
I mean,
I
no,
mean,
no,
woman.
no.
Yeah.
Clip.
Yeah, it's kind of like he was like, it was like he went
Denzel is
from
kind of like
being,
a He-Man. He like Brad Pitt and them.
yeah, it's almost like Eddie could have been Jordan if he just kept going with his like 80s
Nah, he would have been
trajectory.
Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, cause boy, when
Ah,
he first came out, raw,
He could have
that boy
been
was
Jordan.
tough. That boy
But
was tough. Oh no,
He
man.
is
But
Jordan.
like I be saying, man, we just don't. I just feel like behind the scenes, we just don't know what these guys been had to sacrifice to bring us some of the stuff that we been enjoying, bro.
I
But
don't think, I don't think it's like that.
wait, who said true?
I don't think that.
I said
Hey,
true.
hey, you gotta
What
suck
do you
this guy
mean by
off
that?
for. I don't think
Well,
it's
you
like
just don't.
that.
look
I mean,
at
exactly what Jalen said. It was just like you never know what folks going through while they have the run, while the run stops. I guess is what he meant. Also, nobody picked me. Not Mean Girls. What's the damn movie? Dream Girls. Y'all don't like serious actor Eddie?
I never
Yeah, I
seen
Mm.
like
Dream
him,
Girl.
but I just don't like Dream Girls.
I see. I see.
yeah. I mean,
I just
I
don't like
wouldn't
all
put.
that singing.
Yeah, I just wouldn't put that in his category of like good movies. That's just something he just did just to do, really. But I mean, like I wouldn't
I
put
got
that
you.
in there.
Willie said he killed it though. I just never personally seen it.
He's great. He's
I
great in the
did,
movie.
yeah, they have a bad performance. No, it just wasn't nothing I would put in his like top caliber. Like, nah, I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't do that.
I
So
get you. I get you.
do y'all think that people from the outside looking in on the industry, do y'all think that it's like that? Like that you gotta, you know what I'm saying,
Get the fat suit
Yeah,
on.
it's like
you gotta
that.
suck this dude
It's
off
like
to
that.
get in a movie.
Hey, yo.
It's like that, bro. It's like
Why
that.
why
Like
you say that?
the realest dudes, you know what I'm saying? Realest dudes, really women who practice their craft, and you know what I'm saying. You look at they shows, you look at they content and everything like that. You can look at when it's like raw and uncut when they first starting out, and when they had like complete uh creative direction with their stuff versus when they get the major behind them. You know what I'm saying? It switches and swaps the type of content that they put out. It started to be different. You know what I'm saying? It go from Eddie Murphy on Raw talking about the stuff that he was talking about to him, you know, and playing 33% of a movie and makeup and a wig and in a fat suit with boobs. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like at some point, you know what I mean, the people who really go from that really truly authentic cut to something that's diluted or kind of a mirror of what they of difference to what they were doing previously, I feel like they starting to get manipulated in some way to get to that next level.
Mm.
Because I just like it's like Future, right? If you listen to like mixtape Future and you look at his mixtape covers and look at the stuff he was putting
So
out
you
to
think Future sucked
like
somebody off?
I don't know the levels of it, bro. I be really hoping not. I be really hoping not, bro. But you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what these folk be doing, man. And he from Atlanta.
Oh,
I don't know what they be doing. I don't know what they be doing, bro. You know,
By a
but
show of
it
hands,
just don't
who in
line up
here?
to me.
By a show of hands, who in here thinks the Illuminati exists? Are you raising your hand, Ian?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
All right, wait a minute. Say that
So
again. I
I
had to
don't
do
think
something.
that you know what I'm saying. Like I feel like this, dog and pony show type term. You know what I'm saying? Like what, regardless of if there's a conglomerate or a group of people doing this stuff. I don't know if it's that big of a conspiracy, but it just seems like at some level of wealth and you know, I guess influence and power, these people just turn on this switch of just like weirdness. It's like the normal stuff in life don't appeal to them no more. And so I feel like part of that comes with, you know, making these people do stuff. I mean, because at that level, I guess the only thing you can do
Like,
is
who
take
are you talking
somebody
about
else
when you
who has,
say that?
I guess like the executives and CEOs of these companies, you know what I'm saying? Like the people that
Who
give the
exactly
people
are
the
you talking about?
contracts.
Because I've
I mean,
never
I don't
seen.
have like the I can't name you like the CEO and owners of Def Jam or you know something like that. But I just would imagine that these are the people that you know would be pulling the strings of artists. You know what I mean? Because they the one who control the check at the end of the day.
Well, one thing I'll tell you this. It's all about.
Hold on, before you get into it though, what would be your reason behind these switches that these artists do? Like, what would take Future from top rapping about getting women, money, drugs, gangs, you know, stuff like that, to having like butterflies on his, you know, album cover? Is that just him becoming rich and like starting to appreciate the finer things in life?
Who
You know what I'm
who
saying?
who
Or
has
like,
butterflies?
Future.
Well, see, all right. So let me explain to you. This how
Wait,
it works,
I'm
right?
not sure what album cover you're talking about.
Oh, you was just making
It's
I
an
think
example,
he
Jalen.
make an
that
example. All right. So
that's actually one. That's
all right. So this how it works, right?
I think with that honest on there.
All right. So this how it go, right? I got a little bit of influence in the culture. You know what I'm saying? Niggas think I'm in the Illuminati. You know what I'm saying? People will come to me, and that's why I took my name out of the bios. People would say that I'm Illuminati and that I'm a part of this cult that tries to negate black men and black women and help destroy our race and you know and stuff like that. And I'm like, I ain't getting paid enough to do that. Hey man, look, them boys invite me to Illuminati meeting. I'm gonna be in there with my suit on. Hey man, let's just,
Oh man.
hey, they gonna take that and run with it one day. But nah, I mean, all right. So that a butterfly. That's a butterfly.
Yeah,
I thought he
it's a
was just
butterfly.
doing this. I thought
Wait,
he was
where's
just
the
doing this on
butterfly?
them.
The butterfly right here. And see, that's the thing. Like they get these artists to do these, you know, hidden things. Like a lot of people didn't know that. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I mean, okay, maybe you're super, you know, into art and stuff now. Who knows? You may paint on the side. I don't know. But it's just like you go from street grime, all this other stuff in your rap, and then you go to having your mouth like this with a butterfly over your mouth with just your eyes
Well, I'm gonna
showing.
tell you that you think Future.
I
You think
mean,
Future did that? I'm asking you. Think Future did that, or you think somebody else did that? You think Future
let me
picks
ask
his
you
art
this.
cover?
Let me ask you this. If you are an artist, are you
Yeah.
gonna pick your album covers or are you just gonna let people
No,
pick your album
dude.
covers? You
Future
don't
don't
care what
pick
it is.
that. Future don't pick that stuff, dude.
He's
Like a
definitely
Well, so
lower
picking album
you just
covers.
answered my question.
man, dude. Future is not, dude. Future don't choose. Y'all be thinking these dudes. Y'all get caught up in the business. Y'all get caught up into the horse and pony show. Future ain't got control over a goddamn thing in his career except what he say on that mic. I'm gonna be honest with you. He does not. Um, like clips and stuff that
I
go
feel like you
viral of these.
making my point though.
Well, see
Like
that's what I'm
you
saying.
literally
Like the
saying he a
butterfly.
puppet. You know what I'm saying? Like you literally saying he a puppet. He just got strings
No,
being
he's
pulled.
not a puppet. These people are trying. This stuff is money driven. This ain't about no imaginary group, and I ain't even trying to hawk it down. But like what benefit do we get for repping Illuminati? Look,
Do we get
Rockefeller.
none?
No, I'm saying like we in the little. Hey, look,
But by
bro. If I put this
continuing to
butterfly on there,
perpetuate all this violence, all this drug usage, all these distractions and waste of time,
all right.
especially
But see,
when
before he was
one
even signed to an industry, he rapped like that. So explain that.
okay, but it's
We got you hear
still
local rappers talking about
the
killing people. Local rappers talk about killing. Illuminati, they signed. Illuminati got them, or is that just something niggas do?
but that's the thing though. That's what exactly why they pick these guys to lift them up
Well, I rapped
and
about
make
doing all
them
kinds of stuff. Ain't
mainstream and all
nobody
that.
signed
You
me.
know what I'm
Wait,
saying?
wait, wait,
hey,
Jay.
hey, hey.
Are you saying the companies control the packaging, or they like truly are like, hey, yo, you can't put out these songs. You need to put out these songs.
I mean, now we have seen where, a lot of situations have arisen where artists have been like they ain't been able to release their music. So we know that for a fact.
That's
That
because they not hot.
they
You
ain't
never
even
see a
Gasper.
big artist that can't put their album out. It's always them dudes who have cooled tremendously.
Well, that's
Like
not true.
Chief
Wayne wasn't able to
Keef.
put out music. That's true.
Right.
Well, that's because Birdman, that wasn't no
Wayne, Chris
Illuminati. That because
Brown.
Birdman overspent the money.
Yeah, there you go, CB.
That's an
Remember that.
anomaly, though.
Birdman overspent the money. Yeah. But Wayne refused to put it out. It wasn't that he couldn't put it out. Birdman wanted it to come out to run some more money up. Wayne said, I'm not putting it out till you pay me. That was what that was. That wasn't Wayne. Wayne had Carter 4 in his back pocket the whole time. I mean, Carter 5.
It's just like
So
we been here, like we heard about Drake trying to get out his contract, so he was just dropping album after album because he want to release the music he want to release. Was that not
Yeah.
an article, a narrative at one point?
yeah,
But
he
this is
was
what I'm
trying to
saying. Like at some point, bro, like as a creative, which I think we can
now
all
now
agree
now the
music
Drake
artists
thing,
are,
the Drake
you want to
thing.
have more control over your artistry.
See, the
I just
Drake
don't.
thing was, I believe that is some actual movement of bosses over there. That stuff, the Drake stuff and the Kendrick, and I think that was some actual. Now that all right, so if you want to talk about Illuminati, but y'all just wanna, but that's actually the most fishy thing done by a label. But y'all just want to say, Kendrick won, Kendrick won, Kendrick won, Kendrick gave it to him, da 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 da. All right, I understand that, but if you go look at the lawsuit against Drake versus UMG, Kendrick is the prop. And see, that's what they don't want to hear because you're so blinded by it because that's your favorite artist. But at the end of the day, Drake last record deal was at 400 million or 600 million. I think it was 400 million. What he wanted, he recouped. He's done. That last album he dropped, he was done. He wanted to go to them for 600 million. They didn't want to give it to him. They wanted to give him another $400 million deal. So Sony, another company, offered Drake 600 million. So what UMG did, because they both signed to the same level, notice how Rick Ross had a diss song come out. Who he with? UMG. ASAP Rocky had a diss song come out. Who's he with? UMG. Kendrick Lamar, UMG. Everybody who dissed Drake, they gave them incentives and points towards recouping on their record deals if they diss Drake to drop his value, right? So that, if you ask me, hey, that's some real, I wouldn't say Illuminati, but that's some guys really working in the background right there. Well, people don't want to hear that part. They just want to hear, it
No,
was a
I said,
rap
so you
battle.
ain't gotta call it Illuminati, bro. But the thing is, at some point, people get in them offices and had to do some freaky dicky shit other than the normal stuff that it just gotta be. I mean, it may not be, but all I'm saying is, when I see stuff that look fishy, sound fishy, smell fishy, I just call it fishy, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this is what makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you got power, prestige, and influence. You know, I don't know. I feel like movies and stuff a lot of times represent real life. So it's like a lot of stuff I done seen in movies. I feel like these guys have seen, and they try to put it out there in our face sometimes. Be like, yeah, bro, this stuff be happening in Hollywood. This stuff be happening with it.
Yeah.
Get out, get out.
Hmm. Interesting take.
Look, this is what I'm saying. If all
Wait,
you
wait.
gotta do is be homosexual, that's all you gotta do. Dude, it's dudes who are like homosexual right now that I know of in Vicksburg, Mississippi, broke, living with their mama, ain't got nothing. If all it took for you to just be down to suck a dude off, and then that's the key to your problems.
What about Jennifer Hudson when all her people was dying?
Bro,
That
she
was
lived
her
in
Illuminati
Chicago.
sacrifice.
She lived in Chicago, dude. That happened in Chicago all the time.
See,
Chicago is
that's the
full of
cover up.
bloodthirsty
It's
killers.
easy. It's easy to say that. That's the cop out. It's easy to say they lived in Chicago. They died because they lived in Chicago. I'm just saying, bro.
Yes.
What were you gonna say, Ian?
Say what?
What were you about to say?
No, I was about to say, like, what if they just thought it was funny? What if Eddie and them was just like, it's funny when you dress up as a lady and act crazy on screen? Martin and all them. I mean, white people do it too. Not as often, it seems, but they do it. Some of them.
I ain't say white people is down they ain't puppets of the Illuminati. It's all the entertainment industry, them too. They had to do that stuff.
I got you. Everybody got to go through those humiliation rituals.
Hey man, it may not be everybody. Like I said, it just it be some stuff that real funny in the light, man. And I just don't know.
No, if all I gotta do,
because me, I'm a big music person, and so I watch these videos, bro. And it's just like, have y'all seen the "Bitches Love Me" video? It's so many things you could have did with a music video titled "Bitches Love Me."
But see, that's what I'm saying. Do you think Drake and them put that together? Or do you think when they got there,
like Arkeem,
hey, this is what we got
but you being a Christian, even if you became a secular rapper, bro, there are some things that you would not accept your image being a part of. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they get in these situations and have to make a decision. And sometimes they get elevated when they choose a certain decision. I feel like we done seen cases where people have been super talented and were one hit wonders. And yes, you will say it's all because of some dumb stuff that they did. But is it that situation every single time? I don't know, bro.
I think that if I'm the richest man in the world and you are the second richest man in the world, it's not going to be uncommon for us to have each other's phone numbers and make moves so we can stay the richest people in the world. But for us to be trying to, signal spirits and all that, I mean, America has shown us, like let's just be 100%. All these spirits and ghouls and ghosts and stuff like that. None of that stuff is real.
What about these freak offs and these Hollywood parties?
Dude, they have freak offs.
Those are documented.
They had freak offs. Okay, they had freak offs at college.
I'm talking about what they be wearing, like the white people like they be wearing like the devilish masks and demonic masks.
I ain't never seen that. I've seen.
Look it up. See
I'm saying, but I've never seen Diddy wearing that.
Type in.
I've never seen nobody that I knew.
Party photos.
But Jay, ain't that just weirdos with a lot of money though?
But that's what I'm saying.
What about Halloween? You been to Halloween party before?
You combine that weirdness in with power and influence. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro.
Hey.
Like
Jalen, you scared to come to Austin. Come to Austin with me. Come to Austin with me during Halloween, and you're going to see people dressed just like that, walking around in the domain
and they
looking just
either
like that.
broke or middle class.
So what makes it
They
different
not
just because
up
they got money?
until because bro, these
Austin,
guys.
one
I
of the
tell
richest
people,
cities. Austin,
I
one of the richest
truly,
cities in
I truly
America. If you're
believe
just
this.
talking about per capita, these will be some. These
But
are
guess what you
technically
said
some of the
earlier in the
richest people in
pod? Guess
America.
what you said earlier in the pod? You said that you got more money right now than Diddy had back then,
When he
and
first
you ain't
started,
got
when he
no
first
power.
started,
And when he back then, yeah, when he first started, and you
yeah,
ain't got no influence like that. You don't know no people in government in the
and
area, whatever you know what I'm saying. You ain't got that power and influence. But bruh, think about the people, like you said, they got the numbers of the people who have the same type of influence that they have and are in this industry, and they all working together, and they can hide this and hide that, and we know what people would do for money. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like look at human trafficking. Who we think doing that? Broke people?
yes.
Do you know the resources involved to have to have a network of human trafficking? Bro, you're not hiding
But the
teddy
dudes at the
bears or
this what I'm
sneakers.
saying.
You're running humans through the United
Yeah.
States of America
Yeah, the
on
black market has
roads.
always been a thing. That's never not been a thing. But what I'm saying is,
Right. And
the dudes
who
who at the
funding
top of
that?
that,
Rich
the
people.
dudes who at the top of that, yeah, but see, you classify everybody as one type. If I just say poor people, that's just like saying, oh yeah, that's me connecting you. You know what I'm saying? Me connecting the average guy. Look, we say poor people is 500,000 and less. Let's just say that. That's just like me connecting you with a Crip or me with a
You know
or
the
me with a
difference?
blood and say, look. All the people who make under 500,000 are gangbangers, and I'm like, nah, I ain't none of that. What
You
you talking about?
you know the difference.
Yes,
You
y'all
just
are.
proved it. You just proved it with your UMG example. You just proved it with your UMG example. You know how many like we'll talk about how many subscribers this person got or how many listens this person got. You know what I'm saying? Back in Bible days, people had to get in front of people, and if you had 20 people, there was a lot. Man, Rick Ross probably got 3 million subscribers or 300,000 monthly listeners. You know what I'm saying? And you said that UMG was able to influence not one, not two, not three, but 4, 5, or 6, or 7 of these individuals to do what they want. UMG is just one entity. That's just one, you know what I'm saying, overarching music company. You know what I mean? And it's multiple then. What did you say earlier as well? You said these people got their phone numbers. So UMG is with Def Jam and with all these other people. So it's not far-fetched to think that in this, they do have a monopoly. In the entertainment industry, these people do get in circles where, yes, you might have half of these people who just normal, regular Joes and just really geniuses of their craft and pushing that element every day. But then you also have the other half who are weirdos and they don't gonna take advantage of that person who really just looking for the next opportunity and really willing to sacrifice some
Hey,
of their
bro, you
morals
need to
and
come to
values to
Austin,
get to
bro.
the next level.
You need to come to Austin, bro, and we'll go and meet some rich folk. And I want you to just see how these people really act. It's not like they on some, hey, dude. They
Man,
got
I done been
different
around
types.
rich people, and I be around rich people every other day. But I'm gonna tell you this: the rich people in Mississippi is a lot different than the rich people in Austin, and the rich people in Austin is a lot different than the rich people in California. The rich people in California is a lot different than the rich people in Dubai, Brazil. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
in the influence in resources that you have, you know what I'm saying? Like it decides a lot of what happens with your money, power, and
We
influence.
gonna
And
hang
I
out
think
with the
in the
guys who got
entertainment
the
industry,
Lambos. We're gonna hang out with the guys who got the Lambos at the domain, bro. And you gonna see that they ain't
man, the
no
people I
different than any
know
other
got
geek that
got
just got
got
a check.
got tens of acres. You know, you can get some people out there and not hear from them for weeks. You know, and they can do things
So
and
just because
make
he
people and
got
arrange
acres, he
people
gonna hire
to
people
get.
out there.
I ain't saying just because he got he will. I'm just saying because he got he can, and I ain't, and it's a lot of them who possibly can do
The
that. That's my
weirdest
point, Arkeem. It's
Jalen, the
not
weirdest people,
everybody.
the weirdest people are poor people. If you ever see somebody that got be
But that's my
holding
point.
people,
You can
Okay,
only be
okay,
so
guys.
weird when you
Okay,
broke, our
guys.
king. You can only be so weird when you broke. When
Nah, they
you
be
rich,
trapping
you
people in
can
the
be a
bottom.
whole lot weirder.
Every time you hear about
Look, the
somebody
things
trapping
we
people
say,
in a
and I'm gonna
basement.
leave it here. I'm gonna leave it here. But you know, in the black community, there are a lot of things that we characterize as white people stuff. And y'all clip this out if y'all need to. But a lot of stuff that we characterize as white people stuff, right? And from what I've seen, all that stuff happens to be things where you gotta have some resources to get to. To go snorkeling, you gotta have some resources to get to. To go skiing, you gotta have some resources to get to. To go skydiving, you gotta have some resources to get to. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, when we talk about weird, me being weird and broke, I might be able to go play with boogers or something like that. But me being weird and rich, I might be able to impact the human here or there to do what I want them to do. That's all I'm saying. I'm done.
Okay. Well, hey, what you got next?
Yeah. I don't really know how to.
Easy, yeah.
Boy, that inhale was tough, boy. That inhale was crazy.
Boy, yeah. So yeah, I guess we could just jump straight into the U.S. military thing. So the U.S. military has conducted 21 strikes on suspected drug boats, killing around 83 people thus far. If these vessels are carrying fentanyl, cocaine, etc., and those drugs can harm hundreds, if not thousands, of Americans. Are these strikes justified? And do you agree that drug cartels should be characterized as terrorist organizations?
Should they verify before they strike? Yes. And if they do verify that these are those boats containing that is justifiable because with drugs comes violence, and these cartels are very violent organizations. They take no prisoners. So yeah, anything you can do to stop them, do it. But make sure that's what you're doing first for you to start shooting missiles. I mean,
Hmm.
Yeah, assuming this is true, I almost wanted to say, play devil's advocate and, be like, in some countries they got, drugs legal, and I feel like, you know, people just weed themselves out, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like in this case, I've seen a lot of what drugs can do, and some people are influenced indirectly, and there are a lot of things that happen unintentionally. So all in all, I feel like yes, if that is indeed what they are doing, that is a positive thing. You know what I'm saying? Is not my say to say when people should be, prop dead. But I mean, if it's the drug keeping more drugs from coming over here, I mean, I guess kudos in this case.
because you got to
You
look at
don't
that
think
like
they
that's a
should just
domino effect.
arrest them?
You say what?
You don't think they should just arrest the people?
Listen, man, Batman is
Guys
one of
like
my
that don't
favorite
usually
heroes,
just take arresting easily. And
but
guys like that usually.
I don't agree with all his methods. If Joker had been popped the first time, or first, after the first few killings he did, he would have prevented a lot more deaths. So, I ain't really approving of the method of just locking people up, because they still have emotion in prison. A lot of people
Mhm.
still have emotion in prison. So
Like
if we gonna say
cartels like that.
drugs is bad, then we just. But I'm gonna say this too. If the government wanted to stop drugs from being brought into the country, they could stop drugs from being brought into the country. Like the war on
No, they
drugs,
couldn't.
if they really wanted to,
It
no,
ain't it ain't
I mean,
easy to
like
make
if
the
they wanted to
sounds,
hunt,
right?
if they wanted to hunt down the origins of these drugs, like they saying they want to, I feel like they could do it, bro.
Yeah,
I feel like if
that's why
they
they
just wanted to
shooting the
go and
boats.
blow
I
up
mean,
all
that's
that,
technically what
you
they
know.
doing, Jalen. They're
But
tracking them
it's
down
really
and targeting these boats.
it's really No,
I was
I'm gonna
gonna
tell
ask.
you what it is. It's really that. It's really the fact that, and this is why the war on drugs was so big when Bush was in office, is because it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, the only way that we, prevent this is if we stop it at the source. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But then when we don't know the exact, details of everything, or what I'm saying, it's more so propaganda. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't truly trying to find them origins. We get a result like the one on drugs, which is like zero to null, just a lot of money and a lot of people dead. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
um, I guess in a case like this, I guess Donald Trump is saying, hey, we done tried that. We done tried to go to the origin. So, I mean, hey, it's the only way we stop them by deterring them. Because the thing is, maybe it's not that we stop them just by, finding all of them. They at some point they might just say, hey, man, we ain't trying to get blew up. Forget it. I seen this, not to hold it, but I seen this comic strip, and it had three panels, two columns. On the left column, it was three presidents: Obama, Biden, and Trump. And on the right, it was just a copy and paste terrorist. And on the left side, it started off saying with Obama saying, "We want to negotiate." And then on the right side, the dude was saying, "We will blow y'all up." And then it went to Biden. Biden said, "We will negotiate. We want to negotiate." And then the terrorist said, "We will blow y'all up." And then when it got to Trump, Trump said, "We will blow y'all up." And the terrorist said, "We want to negotiate." So I feel like that was a really kind of powerful comic strip to show like, yeah, this dude kind of just as crazy as we is. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we don't, you know, in this
But then
show.
again, Jalen, how you say, "Oh, let's just arrest him"? I mean, you being say you was a special operative or whatever. You go in, you kick down the warehouse, you see all these guys here, all these drugs and guns. Hey, everybody, get on the ground. Do you really think they're finna just get on the ground for you? They're finna shoot you. So the goal is you got to eliminate these guys when you get there, man, because they not taking. They know what they sign up for when they join the organizations. There isn't no going to prison, bro. They going down shooting. So the best thing to do is eliminate them once you get a chance to. The hard part is pinpointing them, finding them. That's the hard part. I mean, so hey, once you find a good enough target and you can at least justify that, hey, this is what we've been looking for, and we can verify that that's them. Take it out the way.
I think we backing into like justifying like drone strikes. You know what I mean? It's get kind of funny. Like, hey, look, you can somewhat verify. Just drop that bomb. You know, it happens. It happens.
Because if you don't drop that bomb, the bomb will
If
get
he
dropped on
dies, he
you.
dies.
I do think you run
If
the
he dies, he
you
dies.
you run you run the risk of like
Hey, that's
dehumanizing
that's a
certain
you
folks.
gotta
You know
remember
what I mean?
that that's
In
a
a
guy
way,
right
But you
there that
got to
works for
keep
the
messing with
Department
his
of
head,
Defense.
though.
I work
say
for the
what now?
Department of War, sir. I'm a fan of war.
That boy right there, Daryl Carter worked for the Department of War. You gotta remember that.
I mean, it's us to everybody
Listen,
else. It's
man.
crazy.
We can neutralize and negotiate later. Neutralize and negotiate later. Negotiate later. We had
Yeah.
time
It's
to
just
talk.
like
Y'all
putting
decided.
money. It just like finding $100 in the trash can, bro. It just stuff that don't belong places. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that y'all choose to bring things in other countries where they don't belong, I mean, to me, you just sign up for the worst outcome in some
You knew
cases.
that
You know
risk
what
when you
I'm saying?
took
Like,
it.
And it's not even
yeah,
about
but
just
some
harming our
things is
country,
like
Jalen. It's everybody. I mean, them even harming their own people with the
it's
drugs, you know?
yeah,
Just
it's
to play
like it's
devil's
just
advocate a bit,
unnecessary risk.
a little bit. We see how they act with like the ICE thing, right? Where they'll just like storm in, and sometimes they grab the wrong guy, sometimes they grab the right person. You know what I mean? And like when you move with that kind of like certainty, without the like due diligence to like determine like 100%, and obviously you can't all the time, but like we don't want to get to a situation where like, hey, look, they may have it or they may not. They may be with the bad guys, but we can't take that risk. It's us or them. And then you end up just making a moment where you can just like justify irrational behavior for the sake of like this ideal future where it doesn't exist at all, which I don't think is ever going to exist, right? Like drugs gonna make it in somehow, some way. There's got to be
Yeah,
like
because they
a way
said,
not to destroy people in the meantime. Let's try to
yeah.
arrest some people. You know what I mean?
It's just like they said. You said okay. They said boom. Y'all got a problem with ICE. Y'all got an issue with us
Mm-hmm.
coming in here, busting these doors down and grabbing these people because, we might yin and yang mix people up that may not, what I'm saying, be
For sure.
But
Mm-hmm.
so we gonna switch it up, you know what I'm saying? Instead of us waiting till these people get over here and us going through all this confusion about us having a problem with people, us grabbing people up, we just gonna stop them before they get over here. Point blank, period. Blow them up before they even hit the shores. We won't even have a problem. Y'all got a problem with ICE? What about this? It's probably what he said, bro. He's just trying
The way
stuff at this point,
the
probably.
way the way I look at the strikes is kind of like what Jalen was alluding to. It's like when when a battle is about to occur,
Mm-hmm.
there's this. It's like you have leverage if you're willing to fight. You know, it's like if you don't want to fight at all, it makes the person on the opposite side want to fight more. You know, but if you say, okay, yeah, I'm down, it at least make the other person or the other entity realize if I do attack, I'm at risk, of being countered. You know what I'm saying?
Cap.
It at least make
It
them think.
depends on you. Gotta
And
already have a defense
the
and then
the
be
whole,
talking. You can't be weak and be like, "Yeah, I want to fight too," because this is gonna make me be like, "All right, let's get it
Have
on."
you,
but
but have
it
y'all?
don't.
Oh no,
Go
go ahead.
ahead,
Go ahead.
Ian. Go
No,
ahead,
you finish
Ian.
your thought. I was
Yeah,
about to
yeah.
ask, have y'all seen? So there's a new movie on Netflix called House of Dynamite, and it's
Yeah.
about the series of events like government agencies have to go through when they realize that somebody sent a nuclear warhead to like Chicago, downtown Chicago. And it's like you see the various groups, you see the people try to stop it, you see the president react to it, and you see the various parties try to contact other embassies and other like diplomats to be like, did y'all send this? Did y'all send this? Like, where'd it come from? Do y'all have intelligence? Yada yada yada. And at a certain point in the movie, it becomes a foregone conclusion. I mean, and it's pretty early on, so it's not like a spoiler or none. But it becomes a conclusion like we can't stop this bomb. It's gonna blow up Chicago. It's done. So then the question has to be to the president. I think he's played by Idris Elba. They're like, Idris, do we want to retaliate because we think it's the Russians, or do we want to hold off because the Russians say they did not do this, and then we could overstep our bounds? So you have that issue where Arkeem talked about, where he was like, "Well, if you don't do it, or I guess Anthony said it too, if you don't immediately strike, you look weak. You're just gonna take it on the chin. You may not ever get another chance to do it. But if you do it too fast, you may end up hitting somebody that's like not responsible in the first place. You feel me? And I think the measured response is to be like, let's not blow them up yet. We may threaten it. We may say like, if y'all, if this is happening, then we do it. But maybe not just jump out the gate with that. But I get y'all's point of view of like, if you show up with strength, people gonna react like y'all have the strength anyway. It's like the Nagasaki and Hiroshima thing. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, and how I was
Yeah.
applying that to this boat strike thing is how many people, like when it was just like, general business, like general practice. Yeah, we drive these boats into Miami and drop it off, and then we just come back. You probably had an endless amount of people like, yeah, boss, I'll go take it this time.
Mm-hmm.
But now that there's been 21 boats that have exploded, you got a lot more people that's probably like, man, can Jose go? Like, nah, we need you to go. I'm sick, boss. Like, like, and then you even got the bosses that's probably like, man, we gonna hold off this time. And eventually, and what I read is that it's a ghost town in those oceans right now. So
Mm-hmm.
they not sending as many boats. So I think as much as I don't want to just poo poo the lives lost, but you do have to send a message. You know what I'm saying?
Man, shoot, God killed people in the Bible. So, hey, sometimes people got to go. I
Yeah, but
don't
he
mean to
told
sound
us
like
that he
that,
the
but
only
I'm
one
just
allowed to
saying,
do
like,
that.
this
Yeah,
is true, but sometimes he
yeah.
ordained people to do his work. But I just feel like, hey, man, and sometimes and this is why I used to be so big on this snitch thing. It's just like, if you sign up for something, You got to deal with the poo poo when ish hit the fan. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like you sign up for certain stuff, you sign up for certain stuff. If you sign up for working at a movie theater, you might serve popcorn. If you sign up to be the boat driver for a drug lord, you just might get blowed up. Same difference.
Yeah, but
But you
just
might
because
get
they
less
did
people
that
signing
don't
up to be
mean
that
we
boat
supposed to
driver.
be like, oh well, you know what I'm saying? You signed up for this shit. All right, bro, holla at you.
Huh?
Nobody's gonna
You
do
said I
that.
got to
Like,
do it anyway?
no, nobody's gonna be like, all right, bro, I'm gonna holla at you. All right, I'm gonna fuck
What
with
you
you.
mean? What you mean? You talking about
No,
when they go out there to the
no.
boat?
Well, most people, when you're a general, they see a lot of people not smart enough to take care of themselves, so other people are supposed to take care of them. You know, that's why we got politicians, because if we gave a lot of these people they full paycheck, and when they turn 60 and 70 years old, you know, they'll be still out there trying to be cops and destroying the labor force. So that's what you have politicians and people who can think ahead, and that's who basically nurtures society. So with that being said, you got to play that and put yourself in a person like that shoes. Yo, just because this dude doesn't care about his life, his family probably does. This guy's life is still have value in it. So I can't just blow him up just because he made a bad decision. I'm gonna throw him in jail, you know, for the rest of his life and let him think about it.
That sound good, Arkeem, but hey, man, that sound real good till you get on that boat and he said, hey, I ain't going down without a fight. I got to get this work over here. Well, we finna blow all this up then.
Man, DJ, if the U.S. military pulled up
What's
on
up?
a speedboat when they
Mm-hmm.
landed in Miami, bro, they'll put their hands up. But anyway, I don't want to
Yeah.
beat that point to death. Um, let's move on to the final topic. This AI hypothetical. So Elon Musk was recently on a podcast, and he said that he thinks working a job will be optional, and even the concept of money may disappear in the future if AI can effectively do all the work to sustain society. Do you think we as humans could properly govern or execute a reality like this? Or do you think forever is just like somebody's going to be at the top, somebody's going to be at the bottom?
We underestimate the influence of power on the human race on this podcast. That's what I be trying to tell y'all, man. Listen, as long as there's human beings on this earth, there will be a thirst for power. And that is why the major things that it seems like people in major corporations and the people with the power of the world should be doing, they're not doing. You know what I'm saying? Like they not putting forth the major efforts and resources to bring world peace and universal health care and all these things. We know they could do it if they really wanted to. You know what I mean? So I feel like even if AI were to somehow allow humans to be self-sustained and somehow we can feed and grow our own foods easily and provide water and irrigation systems for ourselves and our homes easily. If we can do this, there's still going to be, privilege. There's still going to be wants, desires, and all of these other things, which is going to lead to what competition, the thirst for more power. I don't know. Somehow I'm going to want my AI that's maintaining all my stuff, my life and my family to be better than yours. How? When it's the same unit? I don't know, but we going to figure it out. Probably by going over there and messing yours up somehow. Somehow it's going to be some competition. I'm telling
Well, let me ask you this. So, this company named Palantir, they operate, one of their core principles is to use the five whys. Basically, for anything that happens, ask why five times to get to the root of it. So, what you're saying is there's always going to be inequality. Somebody is going to want to have power over others. Well, in modern day society, why does Elon Musk want to be the richest guy in the world? Because there are
you.
perks to
Ego.
that,
Or it could be
ego.
ego. We have
ego
to know
and
that
its perks
that's
that
a
come
real
with,
thing.
yeah. But more importantly,
The Midas touch.
he doesn't mind being able to buy a yacht, have free time, buy, expensive houses, anything that he wants. But why does he want that stuff? Because it's the best money can buy. It's, top notch. But if everything became accessible, meaning if a machine could create a Louis Vuitton bag at the same cost that it could create any other bag, a Louis Vuitton bag then loses its value. You see what I'm saying? Because anybody could have one then. Like my AI
Exactly.
at home could fabricate the same Louis Vuitton bag that you paid $3,000 for.
Hmm.
So I guess I guess the point I'm getting at is if this future does come into play, I don't really know. Maybe power would lie in energy. Maybe that would be the linchpin of, would be energy. But if we unlock nuclear power, it would be unlimited then too. So I don't really know how there could be like a power hierarchy if everything was just like abundant.
And that's my exact point. That's why it would not be allowed to happen. There will be some person, some company out there who does their damn hardest to prevent that from occurring. Or if
Now
it
that I
somehow
agree with.
managed to happen, or if somehow it was managed to happen, it was gonna be forced. It's gonna be forced onto the populace somehow, and then enforced in the same way by force. Or if it does magically get on the populace somehow, like I said, somebody's gonna find a way to make it come to. Because all you got to do is go fuck up theirs. If you fuck up theirs, now you got the best one. If I fuck up everybody's, they got you got to come to me for it. Somebody gonna have that mentality. We done seen it replicate itself throughout history. Cause guess what? Think about it, bro. If somehow magically you got 7 billion people to be on one accord about something, guess what? At some point, one person is gonna say, "Dang, if I can be the one person to mess up this system, I will have power over 6,999." You know what I'm saying? Like somebody gonna try, bro. Somebody gonna do it. We human, bro.
Yeah. So you think utopia can't exist
It
with
can't
our human
exist.
race?
Not with the human race, bro. Not with sin. No, it's over for it.
I mean,
Mm.
if people weren't living to survive, do you think they'd be able to create meaning for themselves? Is really the question. And I don't know if
That's
that's true.
Dude, that's the same question I had when we talked
Wait,
about
say that
something
again.
similar.
I said if people aren't living to survive, I don't know if most of them will be able to create meaning for themselves. I don't think people are introspective enough in mass. Maybe like
But
individuals
if
are.
you're religious, you live into die though.
That's true, but I don't know if people. I mean, people go to church and they say they believe in God, but I don't know how many people, if you truly are like, you don't have to wake up every day, you determine what your life is per your religion. I don't know if they would really know how to do that. You know what I mean? Practically. I
Yeah.
think work
Man,
gives
I
people
know it.
purpose.
People,
You know what I mean?
it's hard finding purpose and reason and stuff. Now. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's,
Like if y'all didn't have y'all's careers, like if y'all didn't have to work, y'all guarantee 6 figure salary, prices stay stagnant, ain't nothing going up. So what costs now is the cost forever. Do y'all think y'all could fill y'all days with stuff that would be meaningful to y'all beyond just like the pursuit of ambition or like career and stuff like that?
and
It would
see,
have to change. Like your
the,
perspective on life would have to change.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
yeah. You
That's a
at
good
that
question
point
right
it
there.
just becomes frivolous, and it's just how much can you do without having something that drives you? You know what I'm saying? Can you have 24/7, 365 in frivolity? Can you just, marinate and just not doing nothing but stuff that you want to do? I mean, because I
Yeah.
think a lot of people ask for that and want that, but if they were to actually get it, they'll find themselves lacking,
Mm,
wanting something.
mm. That's an interesting outlook.
Yeah. Probably a lot of what makes life worth living is the contrast between the things you have to do and then the things you want to do. And then if you only have the things you want to do, then like it becomes less special and it just becomes another day. I guess would be my
Yeah.
thought.
So basically, having that overall pursuit within is vital. Okay, I guess when you
J.
remove
Cole
that,
said it best,
yeah.
bruh. J. Cole said it best. He says beauty in the struggle.
Ugliness and the success.
Hey, that's a lie.
and like, what do you say
It's beauty
that?
in the struggle, ugliness in the
Hey, that
success.
sound good in the song, boy. That sound
Wait a
good in
He
the
minute. Wait
song.
a minute.
he's simply
But them
saying he's
boys who
simply
got that
saying
success
enjoy
sure
the
look like they be
journey.
having fun.
He's simply saying enjoy the journey. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times we going for the finish line so much that we don't take a look at our surroundings. We don't look at the 1% better that we got every day. And we don't really just give ourselves grace and look at the leveling up that we do. We too busy trying to get to level 100 that we ain't enjoy the path up to that. We ain't
Oh
enjoy
yeah,
25, 33,
Hey,
62,
man.
and
you
78,
gotta
you know?
value. You gotta value the hustle, man. Value the come up, like because at the end
Well,
of the
Yeah.
day,
the
that's your
reason I
story.
was
Yeah,
That's
look
your
it's
That
like
story.
stuff
the
sound good.
re
That
you know,
just
you
the
sound good.
reason I
you
was
you
looking
get to the
like that
top and you
is
look around and you ain't, you know.
the reason I was looking like that was because when I posed the same question to Jalen like 2, 3 weeks ago, he said that he would find plenty of things to do and that work isn't his life and and that he doesn't really need a career or something. And I was now
Yeah.
he just flipping
No,
the
see, that's
script.
different. That's different because we were talking about then we were talking about if, you know what I'm saying, you basically creating your own living. You know what I'm saying? This is a different scenario where we're talking about you ain't even got to worry about survival. You know what I'm saying? You're just like self-sufficient. You're doing your own thing. You know what I mean? Day in and day out. You know, you're just like I said earlier, practicing in frivolity. You know, it's not me running a business that I enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Getting up and I'm achieving different goals every day, which is in the example that you were talking about, Anthony. Enjoying different things every day, still achieving them goals, you know what I'm saying? But from my own perspective, I think in this situation, what we're talking about is just literally I wake up, I go water the garden, you know, I go play the game, I go draw, I go do whatever it is that I want to do. And then this is just day in and day out. You know what I'm saying? Day in and day out. You know what I mean? At some point, you may not, you may get just, you want some type of drive. I think at some point, the testosterone in you is gonna want to achieve something. You know what I mean? If you ain't working out, you know what I mean? You're gonna be pent up. You gonna wanna, I don't know. As a man, I just feel like you're gonna want to go conquer something. And that's why I talked so much earlier about human nature. It's just like at some point, a man does want some measure of power. If we look at the familial structure, that in essence is that man's power. That's his kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Like his children are under him. He's raising children, king, the next up. So in some measure, that is power. So at the end of the day, it's some things in the human race, some instincts that regardless of how we think consciously and make decisions to be this and be that, that we just abide by because we human.
For sure. Also, one more thing on that too. If we do become stagnant in a way that AI doesn't require us to work, does that mean that like human culture stops? Like how much of the stuff that we enjoy today is because people had to innovate and be better than the next man to then like make something new and unique. And if we don't have to do that anymore, like what do we get any better as a people? That's also a question.
No, Ian, we've seen it. We've seen it. Look at all these remakes now. Look, it's like they ain't got an original idea in Hollywood. Look at music now. Everything is a sample. Everything. The musical geniuses and everything like that. I ain't gonna say they gone, but they ain't as prevalent as they was back in the day. Like it's like you really had to have talent to be an artist. I don't know if I feel like I was talking about this with some of y'all. Back in the day, man, you'd be hard pressed to find an artist that couldn't sing and play an instrument. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody is just singing or everybody is just rapping or that's the only thing they can do. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day you had Chris Browns, you know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? All these people who they did some a little bit extra, you know what I'm saying? They grew up in dance, they grew up in the band, they
R.
grew up
Kelly
with,
can't play an
and
instrument,
now I ain't say R. Kelly.
so he asked.
And he don't count because his voice is an instrument. He's like one of the only people that has a instrument of his voice. You know, the Pied Piper of R&B.
I thought ain't
That ain't
Takashi
a good
6ix9ine
thing,
one of your
fam.
favorite rappers? What talent he
Hey,
got,
hey, hey!
Arcane?
You can't do that. You can't do that because back in the day, Pied Piper was used in a lot of different instances, not
Mm,
just that one.
mm.
How
Hey, but which one
did
did
I
he pat?
ever
Out
let
of
you
all them
slip
instances,
away?
hey, out of all them instances, which one did he pattern after?
Never knowing. Wait, what'd you
I'll be
say?
singing this song
He said
someday.
Pied Piper was used in a lot of different instances. I said, yeah, but out of
I'm
all them
sinking,
instances, which one did he pattern after?
sinking
Come on,
deep
back.
down in the river. Listen,
True. But yeah, those are good questions, Ian. I actually don't know the answer. Like,
Mm,
because there is a part of me that thinks that if that utopia did come to pass, it's like America, like borders. I don't even know if they will make sense anymore because it's like
mm,
if everybody had access to the same stuff, it's like you're right. Like, what would culture even be? I don't know. And then
now,
to
we
answer,
have to look at that. Now, just because we got AI and everything like that, that don't mean that, what I'm saying, people in Brazil don't want to just all of a sudden start messing with America's after we done put, 50% tariffs on them and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's still going to be people want to say, okay, nah, we still got our culture. When you cook spaghetti, don't be breaking the spaghetti noodles, just flip them on the other side, if you from Italy and stuff like that. I think everybody's still gonna kind of maintain their traditions. The AI is gonna be programmed not to break your noodles if you're Italian, and you making spaghetti that they not gonna break your noodles. But if you got the American version, they might break your noodles because you like to have short noodles and don't want to be doing the puppy Disney thing when you eat your spaghetti. So I think everybody's still gonna maintain a little flavor somehow in the AI. I think we even see that now, right? Ian, you mentioned how powerful the different, I guess you could say, just experts or savants in different areas, especially art. Different people who came up with things like pop art or things like, grunge or things like using gradients, just different aspects of art. And they really characterize something and popularize something. I think now what you get is just replications of that. I think what you get is combinations of the things that people had to in the past come up with a unique idea. It was just they experience. Oh, you know what I'm saying? The first person to experiment with values. Just making paintings with different shades and hues of the same shades of same color. You know what I'm saying? They want to do something different versus now. I think everything is gonna be just okay. You jocking something. It ain't gonna be too much different about it. If I really analyze this, it's going to be something that's been done in the past. You know what I'm saying? Originality, I think, is what's going to take one of the biggest hits, but you still going to have like the creation of them products though.
Okay. But you feel like, Jay, we're already in kind of like the preliminary stages of AI art, just like self-imposed, essentially.
Yeah.
Like
Like
everybody's kind of doing something. Yeah,
as
yeah.
a designer, bro, I'm looking at so many different softwares and I'm talking about from online based to what I'm saying, local drive. Everything has AI. I mean, Adobe, almost every app has some type of AI feature in there. If I go and look at the different free pick and vital elements, the different asset sources I can grab different things from. They have an ability to do something AI. When I got my rewind, my recap on YouTube Music, had an option at the end. AI, do you want to ask what songs I would like, what artists, or do you want to know the oldest song that you've listened to this year? You know, AI is in everything, podcasting, just listen to a dude, um, not Byron Allen. I always get him mixed up, but he's one of the more prominent black figures right now. He's way more visible now than he used to be. And I can't think of his name right now, but he was just talking about AI, like how we really
Robert
need to
Smith.
get on. And is that the light skinned dude, kind of blockhead?
Gray hair.
Yeah, I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he was just saying, like, it's not going to be the people, it's not going to be AI taking jobs. It's going to be the people who know how to use AI taking your jobs. You know what I'm saying? So, like, right
Let
now
me
is the
ask you
time
this,
to be
Jalen.
getting into this type of stuff.
Let me ask you this, Jalen, because you're a very eclectic guy. Uh, who would you say you come from the school of? Like, who are you a student of?
Um, who am I a student of?
Yeah.
T.I.
Ti.
Hey man, I ain't really too much follow nobody blueprint like talking about, to be honest.
Hmm.
Jay from a school of his own, man.
Well,
Scoop's University, man.
is there any?
I would say if, huh?
Go ahead. Go
What'd you
ahead.
say? Oh, I was gonna say, I guess if I had to like just a figure who I've listened to, in
And
life,
when
who
they
I could have
speak,
been
you
like,
like
man,
generally agree with the things they say and stuff like that.
yeah, or at least how they present things, or I feel like it would probably be Dick Gregory, because I'm a real like realist person, but I feel like at some levels, I can be eloquent, or I can put things on in a professional manner, or I can go into a setting that isn't. I, I don't know how to say this. Um, I don't know, but basically, in a professional setting, or in just a situation where it takes like gift of gab, or just really controlling the room, or anything like that, public speaking, I feel like he was the person to know his stuff, be on top of things, and not let BS slide at the same time, and keep things real, even on a PC level. You know what I mean? So like that's kind of, if I had to look at a model, that's what I would like, because I love it when someone who can be authentic and start at the bottom per se, with not too much influence, not too many resources or whatever, get to a stage where they do have those things, and still be able to be level headed, still be able to be, unperturbed by some of the things that, the other people, even at that level, would be perturbed by, because he has that base of, a humble beginning or something like that. And I saw a lot of that in Dick Gregory. Like, he was able to get to a lot of places in life, a lot of high places in life, and at the same time, the things that he did, what I'm saying, marching, public speaking, different things like that, I feel like made him into that holistic individual that still at the end of the day, he just kept it real. And I liked it.
Yeah. I know this is a tough question. Is anybody else a student of anybody that you can think of?
That's a really
Yeah,
good question. I have to really
but
sit
I'm
back
gonna
and
let
think on
y'all.
that one. I
DJ,
ain't never really
DJ, he
think about
like
it from that angle.
a student of Suge Knight.
Hey, come back to me on that one, Ed.
Look like him.
Gotta think on that one. How about you,
Yeah, it's
Arkeem?
I
tough.
must say I'm a
How about you, Arkeem? I feel like you got a good answer for us on that one.
for sure. I'm a student of my uncle Marshall Sanders, man. Um,
I don't think him.
my
He muted up
grandma
there.
Elizabeth Sanders, my daddy Anthony Gibson,
How
my
about you,
mom.
Ed?
I'm I sometimes when I talk, I can feel my daddy coming out of me.
Can you Arkeem is speaking right now, DJ. If you can't hear him.
You say he's muted on my screen. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't hear nothing you saying if you're saying something.
But okay, yeah, that was just a little side question I had.
No, I want to hear Ian. I want to hear who Ian is a student of.
Yeah, who are you a student of, Ian?
I have to think on that a little bit.
Spielberg.
That's hilarious. No, I wouldn't say that. I don't know if I'm as dog or capitalist as Spike Lee is, but I really respect what he does and how unapologetic he is. But I don't know if I'm a student of him. I'm just an admirer, I guess. So I have to think on that a little bit. But that is a good question. Something to
Yeah,
consider.
because I couldn't really give a student but I could say who I could see myself, kind of being similar to, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't see too many people that, it's a lot of people who, you know what I'm saying? Like I like Eddie Murphy, you know what I'm saying? I like Chris Tucker. I like, and I'm naming comedians, but, I like Obama. I like a lot of, people who look like me. But when I look at how they are, it's only certain characteristics. Like I could say Obama, but man, I'm not Obama. Like I can't. I ain't gonna say I can't, but I wouldn't desire to carry myself like Obama. You know what I'm saying? He just straight up all the time, cool, cool. Like it take a lot. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's Super Saiyan 1 all day. Like I ain't trying to do Super Saiyan 1 all day. Like I got to go back to Kakarot sometime. Like man, okay. Um, but like I said, Dick Gregory,
It ain't
man,
gotta
this
be
dude
all
will
day, just
throw
somebody,
on a t-shirt and some jeans and go on the Oprah show. You know what I'm saying? And then go back, leave there and just go to his, I don't know, mama crib and just chill. I don't know. It's just I like that type of stuff. I like staying
Uh,
people who got it but can stay grounded.
yeah, there's a writer. She's a British woman, mixed race, black lady named Zadie Smith, and I don't necessarily see myself as like in myself in her, but I think the way she approaches the art that she makes and the way that she engages with it overall is the way that I think is really interesting. Like she also teaches at university, and she said her point of view is I can teach you how to write good sentences. I can teach you how to write like the proper vocabulary, but you have to bring the stories out of it yourself. You have to have like the innate drive to tell certain stories of the like experience to be able to live it out in the words that you're making. I can teach you how to do
Mm,
grammar, but I can't teach you how to be a good storyteller. And I think that's a
right.
like a valuable thing to like instill in people. Like you have to live life to know what to get put out there, but you also need to learn like
Hmm.
proper form and like discipline too. You know?
Exactly.
I think the
Then you
guy
create your own
Jalen.
flavor.
I think the guy Jalen probably don't know who he is, but I think the guy Jalen is describing himself to be because Dick Gregory was kind of clownish. I think you are referring to Clarence 13X. And Clarence 13X was
I,
considered a prophet by a lot of people who were, you know, they Muslim, but they call themselves the gods in the earth. And Clarence 13, he was a prophet, but Clarence 13 be smoking weed, gambling, but he was a prophet, and he didn't sound like
no.
yes, actually. And this is something. He sounded like, well, see, what I'm trying to tell you is that they trying to destroy the black man, crackers. They trying to destroy us, but we won't let it go down. Like he just a real. He a real YN, but he considered a prophet, and they call him Allah. They call him Allah. Y'all just gotta look him up, man. Clarence
No,
13X, man.
I wouldn't say that I identify with him. I wouldn't say
No, but
that.
I'm saying the
I
dude
would
who you were
agree that Dick
describing.
Gregory is a clown. No, Dick, I mess with Dick Gregory.
You never
He has
seen
some
Dick
good
Gregory do this?
takes.
He said,
Bruh, come on, man. He chose his school. He from the
What?
school of Dick Gregory.
Yeah,
Just
from
let him be from his
it
school.
is what it
I seen the check,
is. See,
nigga.
y'all look at Dick Gregory as crazy, man. He was passionate, bro. He was passionate, and when
Yeah,
people
I
tried to
like that
act like
about
they
him.
ain't understand, like when they tried to act like they ain't understand, he played right along with them, and the people that wanted to ate it up just like you doing right now.
Yeah, and I see that's what I agree with you on. It's like I like people that's like passionate and like got some fire about them. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
like me, I'm generally pretty chill, but like I still get intense. You know what I'm saying about
Hmm.
stuff, and like I
Hmm.
still got emotions, and I really did like that about him too. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Like it
guys, it's
stirs
been a
something
great
up in
pod.
me when I see somebody else have, a passion for something, I'm
What if
like,
somebody that
yeah, that's
said
how
like,
I feel about my stuff. Yeah,
what if somebody said
It's just
like, I'm
like
finna
playing
play like Kevin
basketball
Samuels? You know what I mean?
and your teammate get a good play or something, and then it's just like, yeah, you feel good for him too. My bad. E. Go ahead.
No, no, you good, you good. I was just making a stupid joke. But no, finish your
Ian.
thought.
Wh-
Go ahead, man.
Hello, can you hear me?
yeah,
Yeah, now we can.
No, no, no. I was just saying. I was just making a dumb joke. Don't worry about me. Finish your thought. You good?
you said what if
It
somebody was
was
from
it
the
was
school of
finished.
Kevin Samuels?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was just being funny. Don't worry about it.
See,
Okay.
I feel
Hold
like
Wait,
Kevin
on,
Samuels.
what?
I really wish I had a win and watch some of his stuff, bro, because sometimes he was talking about some real stuff.
Hold
I
on
think.
1 second.
Now, sometimes he used to go crazy though. I seen some clips.
I can't work one city 50 times. What made you think he could? And that childness in him, it never dawned on him. So he's insured. This is your
Are you
show.
sharing something? I don't think I can see it.
So the insurance is on you,
Can y'all see
not the
this?
rest of the people.
Yeah.
I see a black
I
it's
screen.
can.
off.
Insured for $1.5 billion. So when they killed him, you mean the Lords of London didn't see them holes in his arm? Lords of London, 1.5 billion, and they didn't see these holes.
He
You
talking
know,
about the shots, bro.
Michael was killed at 2 o'clock in
The
the
shots
morning
of
from a
Demerol or
laser.
morphine, whatever.
Come on, man.
Oh shit.
The police chief, he's not
He talking
police
about
chief
the
of New York.
medicine, bro.
Hey,
He talking
bro,
about
come
the
on, bro.
medicine.
Listen to this. Listen
The
to this,
medicine
Jay.
is the
2 o'clock
laser,
in the
bro.
morning from a laser.
The medicine is the laser. No, that ain't what he said.
Yeah. The medicine, the laser, bro. What you
Michael
talking about?
was killed at 2 o'clock in the morning from a laser.
Lazy.
The police chief, he's not police chief of New York. Patton, whatever his name is.
I was thinking Gates, but that's
No,
before.
no. And then 4 days later, they go into the house and find this bloody shirt of Michael's, and then understand it's like $450,000 worth of jewelry and cash missing. So white boy said, we got to get rid of you, but we'll ease you out. So then he comes and he works in Virginia, which is called the CIA.
Man, in
And now he's the
2015, man,
police
you
chief.
know better what
It
old and
was a
dirt.
bloody shirt in the
You know,
money.
he had
Just public, all huh? I
he just had
Hold
got
on. This the real Dick
or
Gregory right
Neo.
here.
He
This
had
the real Dick.
because you don't have the information.
nah,
Huh?
This the real Dick.
I said he was killed by a laser. Huh? I just told you it was a bloody shirt in the money. Just public. All you gotta do is go look it up. Huh? I didn't come here to find out what you think.
No, I'm just asking about
No,
the
no, no,
song.
you didn't. You say you thought. I'm not interviewing you. You interviewing me. I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Huh? But you go do it. I respect who you gonna be. So don't sit here and tell me you thought it was the Sony thing. Huh? What was
see,
the Sony thing about? Tell my grandmother.
Michael
Well, my
Jackson
understanding
lived
was that he
in
was gonna
California,
get the Beatles
and you know
catalog
it
and
was the
Yeah.
California wildfires, and really those wildfires have been suspected to be started by lasers. So he had just got his two stories mixed up. When he was talking about the holes in his arm, he was on the right track. He was talking about the shots, but then it got mixed up. So that's all that was. He trying to play my boy like he crazy. He just old, our king. In 2015, the man was probably like 97.
Yeah. Well, yo, it's been a great pod, man. Appreciate everybody for joining. We got 5 fouls, and we about to foul out. Peace.